an hour and 30 minutes is way too long for you guys to sit here and watch us work on a Jeep. So we're going to cut it into a two-parter. We're going to make you watch half of it and then go to the other video and watch the other half. So when we start working on the Jeep and compressing all the information I want you guys to have into a video, it just gets too long to sit if you're not interested in what we're doing. If you're interested in doing it and you're doing it along with us, then hopefully you'll appreciate the length of the video, because we'll go into everything that we do on the Jeep. So that way you understand, we had a problem here, we had a problem here, this went smooth, this went smooth. So that way there's no, wait, how did he do that? Why am I having trouble with this? Why am I struggling? And most videos just skim right over it as if everything goes together perfect. Well, we all know that doesn't happen. So these videos do seem to get long. We apologize for that, but I'm not going to apologize for putting in as much information as I can. So I really appreciate you guys watching. Hopefully you guys watch the second part of this. And if this is a second part, go back and watch the first part. So enjoy. Maybe grab a couple drinks and some popcorn and maybe a dinner. We'll talk to you guys soon. Hope you enjoy this. Welcome to another adventure. Today we're working on Kevin's TJ.
LJ.
TJ. TJ is a short one. LJ is a long one. It's a long Jeep, not a... What does T stand for? Terrible?
Terrible handling.
So we're working on putting big giant bars in. So whenever you lift your Jeep, your camber gets off. So as you lift up your Jeep, your axle stays exactly where the arm allows it to go, and you can't get enough why do I keep saying caster? You can't get enough caster into that front axle. So being adjustable, now we can angle the axles exactly where they need to be in order for steering to be correct, or if you go too much, you get driveline vibration. So your pinion on the axle starts angling upward or downward, and it starts creating a vibration in the U-joint. So this is how you correct it. This should be sold with every lift kit, but they try to make it towards affordable if you don't drive fast or whatever. He tows a little trailer, so we have to make sure that his suspension is set up right. So we got these. He got these from Core 4x4. And from what he said, they're out of Utah. Lifetime warranty. So we'll install them and we'll see how it goes. The bolts were supplied by them. There was Zerk fittings that came with it, but for some reason we were missing a package. So we just went to local O'Reilly's, and it was quarter 28 common thread, so that's easy. Whenever you put these together, you always make sure you anti-seize this thread. Otherwise, they're no longer adjustable arms. You basically thread them on, they start to rust, and they're locked in. So what we're going to do is run some anti-seize. This is the copper stuff. This is not the silver. So we're not going to look like the Tin Man. We're going to look like C-3PO. And it just takes a little bit on the thread. You don't have to put it all the way around the thread, because as you rotate this, it will get all over the place. I gave Kevin the harder one to do, but it looks like it's threading him.
Yeah, it's going in much easier.
A lot better than it did earlier without it. Now, because he has no vibration in the rear, we're going to just set it up to what the stock ones are.
When I decided to go with these polyurethane instead of the Johnny joints, because I just do a lot of on-road traveling, especially towing the trailer.
So they're a little stiffer, a little less sway.
Yep.
All right. We have the little grease fittings that got to go in. We already did all the other ones, so we didn't bore you guys with that. Because if you're like me, you have an attention span of a mouse.
And you didn't want to see 16 Zerk fittings being put in.
No. I don't even want to watch one. Okay, I think the good thing to do would be to grease them first, because I have no idea where these will be, and we want to make sure that they're facing up as high as possible. So if you go over rocks or anything, you don't have to worry about knocking them off. Kevin did say that there's special ones that they have that actually like flush fit in.
Yeah, they make a low profile flush grease fitting.
So
That'll come later.
yeah, but that's pretty cool that they make that. So somebody got sick of breaking them off. All right. I guess now it's time to jack up the Jeep, and we're going to start in the rear first, pull the rear ones off, and then we'll go to the front. I know on the JKs, one of the bolts you actually have to cut. I don't know if it's that way on the LJs.
Won't know until we get into it.
But let's start this fun adventure. What are we pulling off, Kevin?
We're moving the bracket for the emergency brake line off the upper control arm. And then we're going to attempt, I believe, to get the back side of this.
Close enough.
Find out. Okay, it's that one. And then this one has, what is it, you call this, a flag nut?
Flag nut, yep. It's got a piece of metal welded to a nut to hold it in place, so you don't have to get to the back side of it. Okay, that's one arm. So what we're going to do is we're going to pull off one arm and put on the new arm, and then take off the other arm and just keep going back and forth.
And that would include the spring, which was pretty close.
So now the fronts, we went a little bit longer. Should we do the same on the lowers? I mean the uppers, we went a little bit longer.
Yeah, we'll see when we get it on there.
I mean, I want to make sure that the pinion angle
Right,
matches.
not only the pinion, but this way's right.
Okay, so that drops in.
Yeah. Whoops.
Okay, those bushings are gone.
Yeah, that's what.
Now I wonder what the Warren bushings do. If it causes squeak, if it stops flex, if it, it's.
Yeah,
I know they squeak, and they also have a lot more movement. So I wonder if that would cause drifting on the road.
We may have to. These go like this, right? Nut
Yeah, nut up.
towards the frame.
That's what I would do.
Okay.
Because on my Jeep, all the axles down below gets hit with rocks. So
Yeah, and then you don't want to pick up the jam nut.
out one turn.
Yeah, it needs to come out one
How
time.
do you have that? You have the so one full turn.
There.
Perfect. All right, that's lined up. Now we're just gonna go put them in, and then we'll check the pinion angle and see where we're at pinion wise.
You got bolts over there?
Yes, I got bolts, nuts, washers. I got
Perfect.
everything.
So when I took this one off from the lower, I had to take off the axle side first because that actually fit up underneath the frame mount.
Okay. All right, so we're just using marine grease on this. They say to use a, what is that, a poly grease? What?
Molly based grease and not red.
Not red. I guess they say the red might hurt.
Let me turn it this way so you can have a view in there.
It's already done.
Maybe a little bit more. Yep. Okay.
Give me it.
Gimme.
So the design of these is this metal bushing on the inside rotates in the rubber. So the grease goes in and puts grease in between the rubber and this. If we pull out the metal sleeve, there should be lines in there for the grease to go around to do the whole bushing. Should. Keyword. We don't know if that's how it is, but...
Not on yet. There you go. You want it sideways?
So guys, on this one, I know the lighting's going to be terrible, but see this big thing right here? That's a muffler. What's nice about it is they put it right in the way. So what we're hoping is the bolt will kind of come out and kind of bend up out of the way. But if not, we might have to pull the exhaust off a little bit and drop it down. There's a couple hangers in the rear that...
Yeah, there's one right here.
Yeah, they'll pull off. They're somewhat easy on those rubber ones, but sometimes you could fight them.
Yeah, we just cut the exhaust off. That's okay.
Yeah, just open header. So what we're having to do is pull off both uppers due to the fact that we can't get the arm short enough to go back into the stock location.
I can get that to lock on there, would be good. Just like that.
Here, I can hold the outer.
Can you?
Watch that.
Yeah, but actually, since I don't have a whole lot of play here, I've been kind of trying to dip.
Oh, you want me to turn it?
Yep, perfect.
I think that's it.
Yep. There it goes.
Need a little rubber mallet to knock that out.
I would be appreciative.
What if we should put a jack underneath the pinion first?
To hold it.
To kind of hold it, because once we pull this out, it's going to either want to fall down and
Or rotate.
and our luck, it'll come out of the transfer case and all the oil will pour out. And
Yay!
let's do that.
Okay. You want to come? There you go. Go ahead and push me out of the way, Rick.
Well, you know I'm good at that.
It's all right.
All right. That should have released the pressure of the bolts.
There, got that awesome.
Huh?
That?
No, it needs to be kind of, yeah.
Let's take my hand up here and possibly get this one out. Can you pull that bolt out?
So you didn't want my punch after all?
Yeah, you just had to leave. Yeah, because if it's there, where's this one at on the inside?
This one's right here. This one, I don't know how. Yeah, you can. Yeah, you'll be able to get to it.
Okay. So, need a bolt, washers.
Okay. Both of them small, huh?
Yep.
Okay.
Got a washer on that head.
Yep.
Okay.
So you now go down.
Would it be easier to come with the bolt this side?
Yeah.
We can do that.
Switch it up from factory, huh?
Yeah. Luckily, my Jeep hasn't seen a lot of rust.
Being out in California desert.
Yeah, well, they seen a lot of the.
A lot of the videos to where they're
Yep,
fighting rust.
yep. They gotta use a sawzall to get the bolts out. But
Yeah, these all broke loose pretty easy. So you can see this hole right here. That's where we tried to put the bolt in, but it was just easier to use the stock hardware because it has. I don't think I can get in there. It has a flag nut that goes in there that makes it to where you don't have to hold the nut on the backside. You just basically have to put the wrench on one side. So he's going to tighten that up. This one is really self-explanatory. It's pretty easy. It's basically just put a bolt through it. We did the Zorks up top, so that way you can get grease gun. You can get a grease gun up through here, and then a grease gun up through there. And of course, it'd be a lot easier to do it with a rubber hose or a 90 on the grease gun. So we're going to go ahead and install the other one, and then the uppers are done in the rear.
so we got the passenger side in. Now we're going to install the driver side. We're going axle side first with the supplied hardware from Core 5.4x4. So get that one in.
Here, let me show you guys what a flag nut is. This is what a flag nut looks like. So it's basically a nut hooked to a piece of metal. So you guys kind of understand. That way you can hold this up there and get it started without having access to it. Plus, this locks into a piece of metal. So when it locks in, you don't have to hold it. So,
Don't need it yet. Hold on.
do I need to jack up the rear end or something?
No, just need to
Fight it? Hit it?
more that slide that. There it is.
Now, a lot of people do adjustable, they do adjustable lowers, not adjustable uppers. Or they do adjustable uppers, not adjustable lowers. So,
And I just figured the vehicle's 20 years old, so I just want to go ahead and just do everything at once.
yeah. And they are so much beefier than the stock folded metal ones.
Boom.
All right. Now we just have to tighten up the rear one, and that's basically the uppers. That's the harder one to film. I think we'll be able to do better on the lower. We'll give it a shot. That's tight.
It is.
You want the bolt going out or?
Yeah, going out. Just need to twist. Hey. You want that?
Let me get a hammer.
Let's put this. Oh. Put that right up there.
That's what I did with the other one. Stop the squeaky spring.
Ew. You.
So neat, right?
Close enough.
Tight.
Go.
Circ's down, but I don't think you can hit it.
No, not here. Not worried about these. I think the front I was worried about, but we'll see when we get to that.
Does that angle look like it matches this piece here? That's what we want. Or does it look like that's a high?
No, it doesn't look like it's high.
It looks pretty close.
Yeah. Oh, I didn't break those.
No, is that turning?
Not yet. Wow, see how much that... Did you see that move?
No. Oh, they shifted back?
Yeah.
This one. This is metric.
Here. Well, I was just going to fall on everybody's face, so... Oh, yeah.
So maybe that's why I moved back, because the bushings are so shot.
Yep.
Never realize how heavy your head is. So you sit there and try to hold it up for a certain amount of time.
That goes that way. I want to make sure it's at 70, so... So can I go? No. But we've made adjustments to this too, so... We went bolt out on this. Hey. All right,
Trying to kill me.
up. Like that.
Oh, the sway bar won't make any noise anymore.
Hey. That's why the radio's up.
Exactly. That's why Jeeps have loud radios.
That's why I put in a loud radio.
Is that loud enough? Now we switch.
Damn it. Make sure I don't hit the camera.
Yeah. That's good. Get enough grease on you?
Put some on the drive shaft.
Lube the outside of your drive shaft.
Yep. Measure.
Make sure we're still straight.
Yeah, we're about that 7 freaking deal, right?
It's supposed to be. Depends on what thread you started on. Yeah, let's measure it. Can't hurt.
Okay.
We got brand new tape measures.
I know.
All right, we're going to hook onto that bolt and read to the center of this bolt. It is 16 1/4 plus a half plus a what? Well, the easiest number to go to is 16 to the front of the thread. What are we doing now?
So we're back from eating lunch and got the front of the Jeep jacked up. We've got the passenger side upper control arm off. This bushing here on the frame side has a crack in the bushing.
Okay.
The axle side needs to be replaced in the future. We'll order some parts for that.
This is what the bushing looks like factory. And yours is just completely spinning.
Okay.
So either the rubber came disconnected from the metal, or the metal is just so worn that it's spinning. And the problem is, any type of movement on this arm can create death wobble. So the idea is not to have any back and forth movement, because what death wobble is it's oscillation of the front axle. So when it hits a bump, if it could move back and forth, it just starts going, and all of a sudden you're all over the place. And death wobble is scary. I mean,
Yep.
you've had it.
Yep.
It's scary. You're on the freeway doing above 45, 50, and all of a sudden you can't hold the wheel anymore. So this is all part of the fix after having death wobble. He's driven it. He's got all new steering components, all that stuff, and the death wobble's gone. But
this is just the final component to get finished.
yeah, it's one of those things you just replace everything, and then you don't have to worry about it because it's scary. All right, now what are we doing?
Yeah, so we've gone ahead and matched these up for size.
Okay.
So it's the same
All right.
length.
And you're doing the same to both?
And I did the same to both.
Okay, so now both front ones will be exactly equal.
Correct.
Should we tighten this down so it can't move?
Not yet.
Okay.
Not yet. Just in case.
Just we have to twist it a little bit. Yeah.
Just in case we get in there and we need to make some other adjustments underneath once we get the bigger ones installed.
Okay. And we're also doing this to fix the caster a little bit.
Correct.
Try to add a little more caster.
Correct.
Okay. Because right now we didn't measure it yet, but I'm pretty sure it's probably at 4 or 5 degrees. And we want to try to get 6 or 7. Now what caster does is if you've ever pushed a shopping cart backwards and you notice the wheels just sit there and do this. And that's because the caster isn't forcing them to stay straight. So when you change the caster of the axle, what it does is it forces it to go straight. So now whenever you turn, you're actually lifting up the front of the Jeep to turn it. And that's what you want. So that way when you let go of the steering wheel, it goes back to center. It'll go back to center. So that's why you're trying to get that caster. It makes a world of difference on your steering. So if you feel like you're wandering a little bit, check your caster. A lot of the times it's just that. If you have a lift kit and you don't have adjustable A-arms, you don't have caster. Your caster is going to be probably 5 degrees. You know, as you lift it up, you need more caster. Okay, so this bushing, hold on real fast. Hold on. This bushing is really loose.
Right.
I mean, you can hear the play in that.
Right.
And it just rotates.
Right.
It's supposed to be all pressed in.
Okay.
So that right there can cause
Trouble. Right.
havoc on the street.
Right.
Okay. And no auto parts store seems to sell this stuff. So you have to wait. You got to order it. So we're just going to pretend like we didn't see it.
See what?
Exactly. All right. Yeah, see, perfect. It's fine. It's not like you pull trailers or go off-roading or do anything like that with this thing.
No.
Did you put a washer on? Yay! Get it?
Yeah, hang on. Let me,
Get that flag net on there?
yeah.
Okay, so now this has to do something. Okay, now we want to get that up as high as we go. Can you crank on it? Oh, wait. It's threading.
Okay.
So we got that size.
Coming through?
Yeah, started. Do you think we rotated it all with that ratchet strap? Or? I guess it wasn't working before, so.
Hopefully.
If you're going to do that, I would suggest probably a bigger strap.
Yeah.
Something with a little more bite to it.
It still needs to go back. So come back.
Yeah, it's got to come back. From the look of it, about 1/4 of an inch. I think we're good. Perfect.
Go in?
Yep, done. I don't have a nut on it, but that's good enough. We don't need no stinking nuts.
Nope.
We're nutty enough. All right, so the upper link is in.
Okay.
Now we get to do the lowers.
Okay, so you're gonna release, what, you're gonna leave the pressure on the straps?
Yeah,
Well,
a little bit of tension on there. 10 degrees.
and you want what?
6,
So you want to
6
push
to 7. So push the front out or pull the back in.
Okay.
Okay. Get a move. Yep.
Ready?
Yep. Free. Free. Something free. All right.
Not ready?
That one was a little rougher. Well, close to the exhaust, so.
Wow.
All right. These are all cracked.
Yeah.
These are not bad, but they're bad. Those front ones are scary bad.
Okay, so the other side, it has the Zerk on top, so undo. This gotta go in. So on the other side, this one had to go in first. Up here. Another side had this to this.
Give me a second. There you go.
Extra grease. Okay. Okay. And then that bolt goes through there. Extra grease. This drops in. Nope, right in the middle.
Sweet.
Okay.
Okay, now everything's set up. Now we have to adjust it.
Right.
What happens when clowns work on a Jeep?
You know, if that doesn't work, we can always hook that ratchet strap around maybe like the bumper or something. Hang on, no, hang on. No, hold on. There. Okay, check your angle.
Mass of the ass, the ass of the dangle. Perfect. Perfect.
Okay, so can you see that bolt hole?
From where I am? No.
Is that bolt out?
No.
Okay. I should take the bolt out before we get the freaking thing wingy.
Well, I didn't want...
No, I'm just wingy mingy. Fuckers.
Let me walk over here and get this for you. Oh, here, I'll do it while I'm here.
I can get it there.
Yeah, somebody's got to get it because I can't get it there.
Thank you.
What is this? Oh, okay, that's wires. Never mind. Oh, that's a...
Well, I'm trying not to push on it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Release the jack a little.
Release the hounds.
Yeah.
Release the hounds.
All right.
Yeah.
I don't know if that made a difference.
Well, I'm sure so. Damn it. A little more. There we go. Right.
Okay, can I do this?
Okay, so you gotta check the angle of the dangle.
Because we need to get the bag there. Nope, we're at 4 degrees.
Whoa.
We're at 5 degrees. Six degrees.
Where do we want it?
A little more. Right there. Let's see what that is. Yeah. I'd like to go a little bit more. Are we on the jack?
No.
Is it all? Five, almost 6. I want to go a little more. One more. That's what I did last time, and I went too much. All right, that's decent.
Okay.
Okay, that's good. It's not through yet, but it's doing the same thing. It's almost like the bushing needs to be twisted.
Okay.
And it could be because it's so worn.
Is it? Can you see the bolt head?
Yeah, I think it'll be close enough to thread out.
You think I can push that through?
Yep.
Oh, fuck that.
If you go the wrong way. You're done. Okay.
Okay, so release the strap, release the Kraken.
Release
See
the
where it
Kraken.
goes.
Right.
Six degrees.
Okay, is that okay?
Yeah, that's perfect.
Am I laying on the bolt?
No, it's rubbing my leg.
Glad I wasn't looking for it.
I don't know if it'll go, but we could try. Can you force the kind of bolt head that way? Perfect. All right.
All right.
Now, according to the internet pros,
Woohoo!
we should be right.
Laying on it.
That almost killed you. I saw.
My turtle-like reflexes. I was thinking dodgeball. If you could dodge a wrench, you could dodge a ball.
There you go.
If you can dodge a wrench, you can dodge a ball.
Let's see if my neighbor has a crescent wrench big enough. That's where we're going to leave you. My neighbor did have a pair of channel locks big enough, but these nuts are gigantic on locking down these arms. So you might need to go get a nice, decent sized crescent wrench. I think I have a 12-inch, and you need, I don't know how they measure the jaw size, but probably like a 16-inch or something like that, something crazy. So this is where we're going to leave this video. I apologize. I know we did get the arms all installed, but we didn't test drive it yet. We didn't do a whole bunch of other stuff. We do that in part 2 of the video series. So he ended up having a whole bunch of problems after we got done installing the arms. Not with the arms. Arms worked perfect. Just went to get alignment and some other stuff done, and it just became a fiasco. So if you can, check out part 2 of this series, and we'll go into steering and some of the other stuff that we had to do in order to make this Jeep drive correctly. And now, from what he said, I think we got it. We started throwing a whole bunch of parts at it. So just watch part 2 and you'll understand. Sorry about that, but part 2 is going to be even better.